Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Thank you for joining me here for the Taz Effect Daily News in a way you did not know you could use. Hey, Amy, happy Friday, everyone. Woo! Cha- Lord. This week has been the longest decade thus far in this century of Trump. But as always, it's Friday, so we're going to discuss the news from all over the interwebs and social media. Now, this is yet another one of those times where there's some overlapping. There's some, trending topics, some news that, is pretty mainstream that's been widely discussed on social media. And then there's some things that, social media is kind of dipping its toe into the outside. So yeah, well, how a better part. Now, if y'all remember, about a month back, I told y'all about a creator. One of y'all sent me the video, well, a series of videos sent me down the rabbit hole. That there was a creator who ended up having an affair with their then husband's cousin after befriending the husband's cousin's then wife. Well, the wife was like, okay, how about this? I'm going to sue you because I live in a state where I can do that. I can sue you for alienation of affection. And Sister Girl won her case. Well, um, how can I put this? You know what? Just take a listen.
Was this love worth over $1 million if you have to pay it?
Honestly, no. It's not worth over $1 million, but he's worth it, is what I can say. He's
So
worth
you're
it.
saying, listen, he's worth it.
Yes.
How has this impacted because you still love him.
Yeah.
You're married.
Yeah.
Has it impacted your relationship?
I can honestly say no. If anything, it brought us stronger together, closer together, because we know that the outside hate us, but we know that we love each other.
That's the sound of a $1.75 million cheer, coming just moments after court was adjourned. Akira Montague embraced her attorney, Robinetta Jones, as dozens of supporters yelled from the sidelines. Akira Montague's lawsuit, filed in Durham County Court, accuses Brene Montague, an influencer with nearly 3 million followers on TikTok, of seducing and having an affair with her then husband, Tim. That affair then turning to marriage when Brene and Tim wed. In the suit, Akira Montague claimed Brene used her online influence as a weapon. The affair also caused damage to her health and deprived her kids of a two-parent household.
And it was nothing but lies.
Brene Montague, who represented herself in court, slammed the verdict, saying Akira Montague knew her marriage was over and allowed the affair.
She gave her consent. She said it was okay because she knew her marriage was over with and it was done.
But the jury didn't agree, awarding Akira Montague the $1.75 million after more than 700 pieces of evidence were presented in court, including some of Brene's own TikToks and texts. The case hinged on two rarely used laws, including alienation of affection.
It can be very hard to prove, and the reason is because it's hard to find a point in a relationship where the relationship necessarily started to go bad.
But in these videos and in the court testimony, the jury found that point, leaving Brene Montague with a hefty bill and no answer on how she'll pay.
I don't know, but she'll probably never see it.
Now a little bit more background, okay? Renee's financials have been made public. She has the money. Now, she did make a payment trying to be funny. I think she paid like $4. And the court was like, we got a joke for you too. We'll start seizing your stuff. So, word on the curb, and after doing a little bit of a deep dive, I did see some videos where it looks like Renee has been crying and she's claiming that Tim is on a work trip. Keep in mind, I believe he works for Planet Fitness. And no, he's not a personal trainer. But they're in some hotel somewhere. But this girl was spending like a couple $1,000s a day just on fast food. Now, don't get me wrong. I love a good food too. I have my little guilty pleasures, but fast food. Now, I could spend a pretty penny dining out. Don't get me wrong. Do not get it twisted. Okay. Some of my favorite spots to go, like my top favorites. Hey sis, are pretty pricey. Like there's one spot that my dad and I like to go to. Okay, the appetizer that I like getting there is like $150. So could I? But fast food, like Sister Girl, Chipotle girly pop, and you sit there talking about you don't think this woman is going to see it. You're going to see the inside of a jail cell. All your stuff is going to be seized. She must be feeding people in Galilee. Yes, a couple thousand per day. Because I even had to double check. Because when people were like sending me stuff like, hey, and I was like, are y'all, couple thousand. And then giving this man an allowance. Now, don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. Okay. If I had the coin to be like, here, babe, here's like 3,000 to 5,000, go get something nice for yourself, I would do it. I would love to do that. It's not a gender role type of thing. I don't want you to take it that way. I'm not that type of person. Okay. I'm not steeped in the patriarchy. But her ex-husband, Devin, I believe that's how you say his name, was saying how he was working, paying all these bills, and he didn't know that she was pulling in all this money from different social media outlets, and she wouldn't even give him $5 to go get something. I understand. And yes, I realize everybody loves everybody differently, but I think that's a little crass. Like if you have a partner that's like working multiple jobs and holding it down, like you're not gonna spend a little bit on them. You're not gonna give them like, maybe it's just me. Now, part of my love language is I don't know if it's a love language. It's how I grew up. Like my mother really instilled it in, like even if it's homemade. Even if it's you just making somebody's favorite dish or their favorite dessert, like give something tangible on top of other things to show somebody that you care about them. Like give a little gift, make them feel a little special, make them feel pretty. What did we talk about the other day? Like it's okay. Let the fellas know that they pretty too. Let them feel like the baddies that they are too. That. And I know somebody gonna come in here and call me a pick-me, but I don't care who you're dating. You could be dating a non-binary person, a man, a woman, whoever. It could be your bestie. Who like you don't be out somewhere, even if it's a Dollar Tree, and just be like, oh, this reminds me of such and such. I'm gonna get this and make their day. Like, yes, you are, Jay. You're gorgeous. Really? You just gonna come in here just hot off the presses and just call me a pick-me? Well, you picked me. How about that? Men like flowers too. Yes, there are men who like flowers. I have a dear friend. I wouldn't say flowers. He likes plants. And his wife, from time to time gets plants. Now, when I say he likes plants, he knows all about these plants, like the proper soil to like, he's very, into, but like I said, if I had a bigger budget, heck yeah. But yeah. Now, since we're discussing, news that's made its rounds that is now a topic on TikTok, I know some people were wondering why I waited so late in the day yesterday to say anything about the Michigan coach. One, OHO, number one, off top, don't really give a damn what happens in Michigan. just being honest. But on a serious note, something felt a little bit off when the original story was making its rounds on TikTok, and they're like, "Yeah, the DoorDash driver told on it for what? Like, what is suspicious about somebody's DoorDash order? Unless they're ordering a full-fledged human being, what like delivery services are for the little things that you couldn't go out to get or you forgot to get. Like, and how often do you really know what's in the bag if you're not the shopper? Because the shopper isn't always the DoorDash driver. And they're talking about, well, a morning after pill. Yeah, that's because the girlfriend snitched on it. Tell as old as time. Yeah, y'all need to, y'all be sitting there talking about the black and girlies and you know all the other ethnicities that get on social media to snitch when they're the side piece. Yeah, because there's a difference between the side piece and a mistress. Okay, you know that the side piece is gonna snitch, but white women, they are quick to, if they not turning the right profit after they done suck some dick, yeah, they gonna tell. That diabolical. And when, because so that's why I waited. I tell y'all, I would rather be slow and steady than quick and wrong. Now, I'm not saying that I have not had to offer retractions or corrections. Yes, I have, but it's very few and far between. I'm a slow step it. Okay, if you want quick, Aaron is out there. I mean, he ain't giving y'all no inside information, seeing how his daddy is besties with Trump, but you know, we use our sources differently, I guess. But take a listen. Now take a listen to this.
We now know exactly why the Michigan head coach's assistant snitched on him. There are some crazy new details in this case. So this apparently all started because everyone on that campus knew about the relationship between Sharon Moore and his assistant, Paige Shiver. They reportedly made it very obvious. So rumors started to spread like crazy, so much so that they got to the ears of the athletic director, Ward Manuel. Manuel then personally questioned Moore and Shiver about their relationship and challenged anyone who brings up these rumors to bring proof next time so that he could fire Moore on the spot. But the rumors got so bad that Moore was advised by the staff not to work directly with Shiver and given the option to either transfer her to another job in the football program or athletic department or fire her. And he chose to fire her. But right after doing that, Shiver went straight to Manuel and said, "Look, I have the proof that you've been looking for." And with that, Manuel fires Moore instead, and that's when Moore drives directly to Shiver's apartment and threatens to take her life. Moore is expected to appear in court for his arraignment today, but let me know what you guys think about this, and as always, I'll keep you guys updated.
So let me get this straight. Sister Cat was willing to keep quiet. Even though the powers that be were like, hey, something's going on, bring me the proof, I will get rid of him. I will do the right thing. Even though these are two full-grown consenting adults. There is the power dynamic. I know he's the boss, she's the subordinate. I get that, okay? I fully get that. But go with me here. She says nothing. Somebody brings proof like, hey, they're being super obvious. And keep in mind, this coach is married. Wife recently had twins. Do you understand what I would have been flipping over? Do you understand the misunderstandings and furniture moving that would have happened? Do you understand? I would have called every brother that I have, plus every brother that I have made along the way. I don't know if y'all saw the video of the ducks, like 60 deep, pulling up on a dog that attacked one of them. This is how it would have gone down, okay? Last thing he would have heard is, we are Sparta, okay? So you just being that obvious all over the place. You don't care. You believe that you are bigger than the program. And then when they're like, oh yeah, we got proof on Sister Cat that she out here sucking dick. And it seems like she was sucking more than one dick. That's just speculation, okay? Just speculation from my particle. And then she's like, whoa. I just sucked him off and let him bust my back to the rooter to the tutor. I just had some yeetus to fetuses because I was letting him raw dog my cooter biscuit in order to get a raise. And now I'm just unemployed and I can't put this Oh, I got a violation warning. Just so y'all know, over on TikTok, if they take us down over here, you can see me on Substack or over on YouTube. Okay, okay. Um, and she getting rocked through the headboard in the center of the bed, and then they're like, "Nope, we know that you are breaking the code of conduct. You ain't supposed to be doing this. And you a white lady. You really, really know better. Like you shouldn't be touching the darky meat like that. Okay, you get dark meat on Thanksgiving and maybe on Christmas. That's it. You don't do dark meat any other time of the year. You don't know the white lady rules of engagement." And she's like, "Oh, you're not gonna fire me. Hire me back and fire him." He's like, "Oh, I'm fired." And then he finds out, "Oh, my wife knows. Your wife been knew, Booski. Y'all didn't had nothing. Okay. You done screwed over two white ladies for the price of one. So yeah, your white wife, she already plotting. Okay. She done got the Olivia Pope of divorce attorneys on speed dial. Trust and believe. So he's like, you know what? You know what, white bitch? You got to die. Okay, because if I'm gonna get some consequences, I'm getting all the consequences. You got to go. Cause your loose lips is sinking all my ships. You done Titanic my $5 million. Bitch, you got to go. Okay, and I'm not gonna lie, for $5 million, for 5 million, I may give her some shaking hole syndrome. Okay, I might give her a little shaking hole syndrome, just a little bit. Who are we kidding? I'd give her that bitch a whole lot of it. Fuck that shit. No, you got the game fucked up. You knew what you was doing. Okay, you was guzzling Mary taking sausage. Okay. First of all, you're not supposed to be putting something in your mouth like you a baby bird that's already been chewed. No. Why are y'all so quick to want to know what somebody's wife tastes like? Don't tell me I'm being vulgar, because that's essentially what you're doing. You do realize when you cheating, you breaking all these rules, contorting yourself all out of pocket to figure out what somebody's significant other tastes like. And you sit there talking about, I'm his piece. Yeah, because you don't have to be an adult around him. You don't have to deal with him when he's sick, when he done had a bad day, none of that stuff. He just come to dump off a load in you and keep it moving. He don't care about you. And then when the main chick leave, who he really wanted, then you mad because he's trying to get you to turn into her, and now you the headache. Because now you got to be responsible for some things. The Michigan coach, well, former Michigan coach, Nana J. And now he's standing in the white hole living room talking about, bitch, you got to go see the Lord. I don't think neither one of y'all going to see the Lord. I mean, I listen and I judge. I don't have the hell to put you in, because we're already there. But I do have some cliff notes for the book of life. Okay. Y'all going to the lower deck. I feel it in my spirit. Okay. Yeah. You had your wife going up that mountain in the car. Some of y'all will get that reference. Some of y'all won't. You shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done Sheila like that. But you shouldn't have married Marianne. I'm just saying that. Like, y'all going down bad. Like, y'all didn't learn nothing from Shannon Sharp. Nothing. Not a damn thing. Yeah, she recently had twins. Mm-hmm. And you know what? I'm really mad. I'm really mad at this black man for one big reason. For one big reason. Okay? Got my Ohio State ass worried about some Michigan business. Now I got to be invested because it's a woman involved. And children. I worked my whole life not to give a damn about what happens in Michigan. Leave it to an ain't shit. Muda. Just, ooh. Well, he can't. Well, he got to see a lawyer because he's sitting in the jailhouse. He doing the jailhouse rock. See, like y'all can't be getting mad. Then you can't be getting these white mistresses and then wanting to go kill them, and you black. Y'all be really thinking that y'all like you want your inner white man to come out. No, you got to keep that inner white man inside, just like you got to keep the elf on the shelf inside your house. Because if you got an elf on the shelf and you bring it to my house, you and the elf on the shelf go get gutted. You gonna get got. You. I feel the brand new horizon. I'm just saying. I'm just, you know, it. And quick programming note. I know the other day I said and I told y'all it would be the Kirk conspiracy finale until we got new information. Well, now Erica, Kirkapalooza founder, Kirk, it has put Candace Owen on notice. Heavy side eye with that one. So this is not wanting to charge. Whoops. This won't be getting a good review. All of a sudden, my one charging cord just like I thought it was the device, but this is a whole nother device. Since they're going back and forth, we're going to have a special edition of the Kirk Conspiracy tonight. We're going to start a little bit early. We're going to do 8 Eastern, 7 Central for that. But it is so funny, DJ. So funny. Y'all. The years have decided to sit 2025 down and tell her about herself. Yeah. Okay. Shout out to whoever sent it to me. I know y'all keep saying I should write down who sends it. First of all, sometimes it's multiple of y'all that send the same video. And two, I don't know what kind of attention span y'all think that I have. Y'all got way too much confidence. Absolutely. Yeah, the 2025 does need some strong antibiotics. But of course, take a listen. Take a listen and we'll discuss this read afterwards.
All right, 2025, I see that you're now coming to an end. It's time to give your yearly review, and let's just say you lame as fuck. Yeah, you was lame as fuck. Lame as fuck, bro.
But I thought you guys really liked what
Well, you thought wrong. In 2026, when it's your turn, I'm gonna need you to step up because that shit you poured in the kitchen, I should have fucked you up, but I let you walk away. And did you see that ice shit he was doing? Yeah, what's with this ice shit? What the fuck you brought ice for? Yeah, you lame as fuck for that 2025. Racist bitch. The best thing you did this year was Wiki. Yeah. I love Wiki. Wiki was good. Wiki was real good. No good deed goes unpunished. And I also love the little Trump giving sloppy top to Bill. That was good. That made me gag. No pun intended. But other than that, you was just horrible. And what about the AI shit? Like what? 2026, I hope you got something better. Yes. My first month, I plan to cure world hunger. Girl, shut the fuck up.
One, because I know somebody's going to ask. No, I have nothing to do with it. It was sent to me. Number one. You act up a few times on about 20 Saturdays in a row. Thank you, darling. And people think that, you just involved in all the shenanigans. But 2026 coming in very, very ambitious like. Like, yeah, we're gonna solve world hunger. No, you're not. You're not. And 2025, you ain't have to be a whore all year round. Okay? You could have you didn't have to be a $5 lot lizard. You couldn't even be a $5 house. You was a $5 lot lizard. Okay? Now, 2026, I'm gonna need you to come in, sit down, don't touch nothing. Don't be running in and out. As a matter of fact, you ain't even allowed to go outside. Okay, you're gonna be an inside you. We done had enough going outside. Okay, you don't need to go to brunch. You don't even need that many friends. Okay, you can be friends with the Lord. Okay, the Lord, Muhammad, Allah, Buddha, maybe one or two Hindu gods. Like, that's it. Okay. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You can play a little Call of Duty. No, because you probably want to play with Pete Hegseth. You can't have no signal because signal chats is the death of you. No Uno in the house because that gets out of hand. You definitely ain't playing no space. Maybe we'll let you play a little Bid Whist, maybe some Bonkos or something. But right, 2025 didn't even try to do right by nobody. Like nobody. Absolutely nobody. Okay, what is just don't nothing want to charge for me today? What's going on? Oh, also quick caveat. There's a new TikTok update that came out. If you have not updated your phone, and to Apple users, those that have iPhones, there's also a new liquid update that's come out. Don't I'm still a bit irritated because, especially when it comes to screenshots, I have had to go back and like re-screenshot a bunch of stuff because I've accidentally deleted it because of where they put things. Just irritating my spirit. But now there's more on this OU story because I caught little Miss Fulnecki in a lie because she keeps talking and keeps wanting to get in front of the camera. There's a full breakdown on there from Think About It Thursdays over on my YouTube channel. That's at TazJ77. But I want you to take a little listen here, a little god, okay?
I'm incredibly embarrassed.
The reputation of OU has deteriorated.
University of Oklahoma made national news, and it wasn't about OU football. Many talking about OU junior Samantha Fulnecki. She got a 0 on an essay discussing an article on gender and its effects on society. Her teaching assistant identifies as transgender. Fulnecki's paper, based on biblical scriptures. In it, she said those who believe in multiple genders are, quote, demonic. The teaching assistant says she got a 0 not because of her beliefs, but because her essay didn't hit the word count, had grammatical errors, and many more mistakes. But Fulnecki filed an appeal with OU claiming religious discrimination. OU put the teaching assistant on leave. Fulnecki says it's not about the grade.
I think I should have gotten 100.
As for the national attention,
I've gotten a lot of messages and sweet things from people like family, friends, and then people that I don't know as well.
But in interviews this week, she said she's thinking about leaving, saying things haven't been going well, saying seeing not just the way the students have reacted, but seeing the way that the president of OU has not done really much to reach out to me or apologize for the situation.
She just wrote a bad paper.
Apologizing for you lying and being a
It had nothing to do with her own.
It takes their credibility.
Students Thursday turned the tables on her, saying she should apologize to them.
This has the potential to affect future careers.
One of my best friends was thinking about transferring to OU, and I told her, honestly, you might want to consider going somewhere else.
The OU chapter of the American Association of University Professors calling out the university's actions.
We've heard nothing yet from the OU administration.
Alumni who donate wanting to steer clear of the university.
If you want support from the alumni, that you need to show up and provide integrity.
In Norman, Dylan Brown, Oklahoma's News 4.
All right, Dylan. Now, we reached out to OU last week about the protests and for updates on this. We reached out again today in response to the professor you heard and other concerns. We haven't heard back yet.
Now, for some additional context, the TA in question, now keep in mind, 2 professors and the TA have been temporarily relieved of their duties. But the TA in question was, right before this incident, had been awarded for outstanding performance in their job, in their duties. Okay. Fulnecki is tanking the credibility. I want you to think about how much work, energy, effort it goes into being to get your degree. And now these people run the risk of it meaning nothing. It being the equivalent. Y'all remember ITT Tech, which always bothered me that because it's the Institute of anywho. And people finding out that their degrees, their certifications meant nothing after paying that money. Yes, the money is attractive because most of us don't have that disposable income. Okay, but it's the time. Like I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say I almost had a breakdown. I had a full-on breakdown earlier this year because someone that I thought I could trust deleted a book I have been working on for a while. Now, since then, some previous iterations of the book, I was able to recover, and I'm slowly going back in, putting the pieces back together. And there are things that are missing, but it's more of the time. That time that you put in, the sacrifices that you put in. Now, Fulnecki's bestie came out to defend her. And before you go, well, Taz, you told us before that people fake being close. Nope, Fulnecki had went into her comment section before she shut them comments down. It was like, I love you so much. But the same bestie put up a video, and written on the video was like, my roommate freaked out when I said I'd rather be up at midnight with a baby than getting a degree. Then why you here? And keep in mind, Fulnecki is pre-med. This is giving Brigham Young University, where heifers pay to go to college for the intent of not graduating. They take it as a badge of honor if they do not make it past sophomore year, a full sophomore year, because their whole thing is to get an MRS degree. You catch what I'm putting down? Okay. Now, I shouldn't laugh. Hey, twin, I see you coming in here. Yes, they're looking for husbands, and I've had the opportunity to speak to some people before entering Brigham Young as freshmen, after finding their husbands at Brigham Young, and I'm like, ain't no way I'm paying tuition to find a husband. Girl, you are a woman. You can stand outside. A husband will pass you like a bus. But anywho, now we know that people freak out about pronouns because people. But this interaction was sent to me, and I went to the person's page, and this seems to be a regular occurrence. It should not be this humorous, but it is. Okay, but it is. Whoopsie doodles. Take a listen.
Donna, welcome to the show. If you could please provide me your age and pronouns, please.
I don't use pronouns. I've had children. Let's just put it that way. So
I'm sorry.
But
wait, I'm sorry, Donna. The rules of the show are that those are the 3 questions I asked, and they need to be provided to move on. But it's weird you said I don't use pronouns because I is a pronoun. Okay, so what pronouns do you use as a woman?
A woman. That's all I am. I'm a woman.
This is Donna. Woman went to the doctors yesterday. Did that make sense? Did that make sense as a sentence that I said in the English language?
Well, using pronouns doesn't make sense. He, she, they, them. I mean, what? Are we
He and
talking to
she
a
doesn't make
crowd?
sense.
Yeah.
Yes, we are quite literally talking to a crowd, Donna. There are like over
No,
1,000
I mean,
people
when
watching
somebody-
us right now.
But when you say your pronouns to somebody, like when they say, "Oh, I'm they them," well, where's the rest of you then?
They
You
them
know,
has been a,
because
they them has
them,
been a
I mean,
singular
people-
pronoun since the 13th century, Donna.
Oh my gosh, you know, I'm not. But,
I hate
okay,
to break it to
this
you.
isn't the
Shakespeare
point,
was
guys.
using they them as a singular pronoun.
I really don't care. Y'all can say whatever you want. You know, I'm just a woman. That's what I am.
So what
I'm a woman
pronouns
of
do you
God,
use, Donna?
Okay.
Woman
I'm just
slash
a
of
woman.
God.
Use a pronoun.
I is a pronoun, Donna.
I
So you
don't
keep
use-
using pronouns to tell me you don't use pronouns.
Okay. Do you want to argue about the English language, or do you want to argue?
I
You
have
don't want to
3
debate about
questions that
God?
I ask everybody
She
at the
just wants
start of
to
the show.
argue.
Those 3 questions are required, and you've been sitting in the call long enough to
I
hear me
just
ask
told
those
you I'm a
questions to other
woman.
people. So then answer the question. What
I'm a
are your
woman.
pronouns?
I'm a woman.
So what
Hear
pronouns
me
do you go by,
roar.
Donna? Otherwise, I'm going to just assign pronouns to you.
Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
Assign one to me.
Okay,
Says
great.
that.
This is Donna. He is here to talk about
It should
God.
be twin, but
So
it is.
Donna, welcome to the show. Donna, you think that you
I'm
can
a he that
prove?
birthed 4
Yep.
children.
Yep, you would not give me pronouns, so I assigned
Okay.
pronouns to you. Your pronouns are he, him. Thank you for joining the show, Donna. What is your evidence that God is real?
Donna ain't died.
Okay,
She just stupid.
Now you got me all befuddled.
Donna, I'll change the pronouns
Oh,
if
now
you
you're
have other
befuddled.
ones you
Oh, you
prefer
want
to be called,
befuddled.
but you said
Okay.
I could assign them to you. So I'm assigning you he, him. Do you have pronouns you'd prefer to use instead of those?
Yeah,
Just
a
a
woman.
whoa,
I'm
man.
a woman.
Woman is not
I'm
a
a
pronoun in the
whoa,
English
man.
language. Unless you use neopronouns, which would be very progressive of you. Are you a member of the LGBTQ community?
She, her.
Oh, she,
Heck no.
her.
Donna.
Oh, damn. 3 minutes of my life I'm never getting back.
It shouldn't be so funny, but it is. Okay. Like and when I went to his page, like I said, this is like a regular occurrence. And he asked everyone to be and I get it, to be respectful, you know, to ask people, because especially when you do call-ins over the phone, you can't tell. Like, there's a creator on TikTok, and I love her voice. She has this very deep, raspy, like husky voice. And to me, masculinity and femininity is a very individual thing. It's like the most feminine thing about her. But if you picked up the phone, society would tell you that's a man. So you need to ask. Donna's just a woman who gave birth to 4 babies. She's just a woman. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. MAGA's got all the nuts. Dems don't, because. Just throwing words and terms out there without knowing what they mean. Yeah, they're just, somebody tells them, oh my God, they put pronouns out there. This is, yeah. And it's just the people who always go, they, them is plural. And I'm like, do you realize how many times you've used they or them for a singular person? It's so commonplace. Like, I had someone a couple weeks ago get mad at me. I popped into a live panel on Instagram, and I know that I will slip into gender neutral pronouns if I'm not sure of somebody's pronouns, or if somebody brings up someone by name that I'm not familiar with. I know that I do that. I'm conscious of it because enough people have said that. I don't know why they get offended by that. I don't. But yeah, there was somebody who like got upset that, like, well, you could just pick what for somebody. Like, And it was amusing to me because this person, according to societal standards, did not look like a woman by society standards. And I was like, okay, so if I were to choose for you and I started referring to you with masculine or male leaning pronouns, then what? Well, that's offensive. Hence why I'm being gender neutral. Yeah, Schoolhouse Rock segments need to come back. Yeah, if you know the name. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I don't know the names. Especially because being hard of hearing and sometimes being out in public, especially in the wintertime and when it snows, because I don't think people realize how much of an insulation of sound snow is outside. So somebody can say something to me, or if multiple people are talking, and then their names, I can't really choose from the names. I've said this before. My papa, my mother's father, his name is Tommy Lewis. Tommy was his first name, not a nickname. That was his name. That's legally what his name. A good friend of him and my granny, a woman, also named Tommy Lewis. We joked about it until their passings. Okay. I once worked with two women who could not stand each other. Okay. They would talk to each other through me, and it was the funniest shit ever. They were like 175 years old, and they just worked because they wanted something to do. One named Frankie, one named Henry. So, you know, what is this? Okay, I'm a bit concerned about my phone and why it is refusing to charge today. Sorry, you guys. There we go. Yesterday we were having technical difficulties on the sound of coffee, and now the Taz Effect is having technical difficulties. Okay, there we go. Got the charger. So it can be, yeah, it paused because it wasn't. I thought that it was charging, and it wasn't. So my bad on that one. But yeah. So I just no problem, Auntie Source. What I'm saying is, for me, even with knowing the names because of my background, it can be hard for me to know what it is because my papa, his name's Tommy. Him and my granny had a friend who was a woman, also named Tommy. I worked with two women who couldn't stand each other, named Frankie and Henry. I also once met a white man named Ebony. Oh yeah, we know the clock app loves to mess with. I already got one violation, so that's why I like to remind people, if ever the live shuts down over here and we're doing the Taz Effect, you can find me on Substack, you can find me on YouTube, on all those places. So like that's why I tend to just revert to gender neutral, because in my experience, I can't even go by the name and be like, oh yeah, that's a woman. That's yeah. Like this morning on Sound of Coffee. Now, at this point in Sound of Coffee, I was getting a little loopy. For those of you all don't know, while moving some stuff around here in the office, my leg decided to give out and I fell and cracked a tooth, and then it's like cracked also at the base. So it's kind of like moving around and it's quite painful. So I was kind of swollen this morning and in pain. So I was kind of like out of it. But I do believe that Thomas was making a joke about like the Nick Maine. And there was a woman that was like, hey, you're using my nickname. Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm starving because it's right at the front right here. So like even trying to like chew on this side, we're getting there. Fortunately, preemptively, I did remember I made the potato soup this week, so I made myself some ramen. I did because I wanted some sustenance so bad last night. I did order pizza. Thank goodness, babe and I like the same type of pizza because I don't think I'm going to be able to eat any more of that. But rinse with mouthwash. Yeah, that's what I need to do. And before somebody goes like, "Well, go get it fixed." Unfortunately, that part of my insurance has gone up, and I do not have an extra $300 sitting around. So we don't have to. Yeah, that's the one downside about the dental part of my insurance. I called. I got $300 off top, and I ain't got it. I wish I did. But let's not forget, I am on suspension from the homeschool collaborative that I work for, and fortunately, I have a lovely better half that is helping me transition to other stuff. Yeah, I do need to be wrapped in bubble wrap, but that's why I have to keep the door open now so he can hear if I fall. To miss parts of the show because I had the chiropractor. Oh, no worry, Auntie. So yeah. Now, hold on. Wait a minute. Why is it?
You want to keep telling me to.
Okay. What? Why does it? Hey. Oh, okay. Wait a second. Why does this not want to scroll up? Because we have some other video. I'm telling y'all. Like, what is going on here? Oh, the technical difficulties. There are more videos that I have, but it just, it is like legitimately not letting me scroll up to get to the other videos. Okay. Well. Sound of Coffee got to the second quarter. Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. I'm going to get those other videos to y'all one way or the other, even if we just do like a secondary later on. Like, okay, that is so weird. Huh. Like, it's just, okay, I guess. Now, presidential pardons work on the federal level. At 44, they found scoliosis and like, what? You know what? I feel like at a certain age, the universe should not give us anything else. All right? Like, you done had all these decades to inflict us. After a certain age, just leave us alone. Okay? Because life, it starts lifing way too much. Way too much. Like, no. No. No, like I'm sitting here and ladies, femme presenting individuals. If you possess a uterus or you had one at one point in time, pay attention. Faites attention. Forget what you learned for yourself about the signs of a heart attack. I need you all to take the time to Google the signs of a heart attack, bookmark it, write it down, put it in your wallet, put it in your back pocket, and keep it near and dear because it does not present in us as it does in men. And as always, they always want to teach you how to spot it in men so we can keep them alive. First of all, why are we responsible for keeping them alive? They do a bunch of dumb shit. Do we do dumb shit? Absolutely. But the dumb shit we do really isn't like life threatening all the time. Allegedly. Okay, the stuff y'all do isn't life threatening. Because I'm recalling some decisions I allegedly made that I now see why I'm not allowed to be alone. But I digress. Okay. So yeah. And I learned from someone very near and dear to my heart that yeah, you might be on the verge of a widowmaker if you feel like some indigestion, but you can't burp. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not saying freak out. Okay. Le freak, c'est chic. But I'm just saying, take note. Okay. Yeah, I've made some. Let's not forget that I think everybody has the potential to be my friend, which has led to me almost being kidnapped by somebody on a rent-a-city bike more than once. Because I'm not always good at reading the outside, so I'm not an outside type of girly pop. Okay. So yeah. Yeah. But Trump says he's just pardoning Tina Peters. She was convicted in state court. Every day. Every day. Okay. The very center of my soul itches to the point where I look at bottles of calamine lotion. Okay. And calamine lotion has never really worked for me when I put it on. And I've considered drinking it to make the itching stop because just regular, schmegular old people get on my nerves with the dumb shit that they say. Okay. Because I've told y'all before how I will put out an article. Like I will make the article prominent on the screen and I'll have people with a straight face, so serious, ask me, well, where did this come from? What do you mean? But to have the POTUS, the commander-in-chief, the sitter within the highest seat in the land, not know the order of operations to anything. Like, I want to know who ties his shoes because ain't no way he is able to handle and maneuver laces and he can't. I can't. YouTube, hold on. YouTube. Sorry, had to do a reset. Sorry about that. Sorry. I don't know why it did what it did. But believe we're back up there. So presidents do not have the power to overturn state convictions through pardons. Trump has for months pressured Colorado Governor Jared Polis to free Peters, threatening harsh measures if he doesn't. Trump, threats don't work when you're not threatening. If nobody believes that you could do harm to them, like if people believe that they could take you with one arm tied behind their back and one leg attached to a cinder block that was tossed into the Pacific Ocean, I don't think you should do that. Now, I'm not saying that I'm a super intimidating person. Not saying that at all, because it's always shocking when somebody does become intimidated by me, because I'm like, do you see me? Okay. Then I have to realize that sometimes I say some things that may come across a little assholeish. But I will say that when I do need that intimidating factor, I got brothers. Okay? I go stand by them. Stand by me. Stand by me. That's what I do, like, or I go stand by babe and be like, yeah, what you gonna do? Gonna do with all that, yeah, like, but Trump, nobody's Trump, you gonna forget that you threatened somebody in 5 minutes. Okay? You sundown at noon. Like, girl, he's wearing some 1950s old man slippers that haven't slapped it with black shoe polish. He's gotta be. Now, speaking of 1950s, quick side note. Okay, y'all remember like the little kitten heel inside shoes that the ladies had that was like real fluffy, foofy, like around the toe area? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay. And then they had I probably offed my previous husband. That's how I paid for this mansion robe. I want that outfit. Okay. I want a little get up for that. Now, is that something that I would wear all the time? No. Is it even for an attempt to like look sexy? No. Okay. I just want my Diane Carroll moment. Okay. I want a fancy, probably plastic, because I want it to be like a little shimmery pink. Champagne flute. No, I don't like champagne, but I do like a good sparkling apple cider. So I'll probably just put that in there. Make me a nice little charcuterie board and like just sit back. Maybe do a little, bougie thoughts with Taz type of show. Like, you feeling the vision? Are you feeling the vision? I just, that might be my clapback outfit for when heifers do show that they're intimidated. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I will want pink. I do. A fur-lined sickles. Yes, that's what I'm just. With the little matching kitten heels. Now there is a fellow Kentucky baddie on here. Okay, very extra, very extra. I know she don't like the kitten heels, but I'm like around the house, just a little kitten heel, just a little something, a little something. Well, where I can reach the first shelf of the cabinets, brown shelf. Okay, a little something. I'm just saying. But oh, okay, we got the videos back. I know that Whitney Houston said, "I believe the children are future. Teach them well and let them lead the way." Who teaching these kids? And don't say Taz, you. Nope. These ain't Nan, not one of my students. But
shut up, you don't know what you're talking about.
Hold up, why y'all arguing?
Cause I'm trying to explain to him that an autopsy hurts.
You said an autopsy hurts?
It do.
What makes you think an autopsy hurts? Because I gotta hear this.
Cause like they cut you open, they take your organs out, like they stitch you up. That would hurt, wouldn't it?
Do you watch First 48?
Yeah.
And like crime scene investigation and.
Of course, those are like my favorite.
And you watch those shows?
Yeah.
And you think an autopsy hurts?
For real.
Logan, could you tell us why an autopsy doesn't hurt?
Because you did.
Oh.
You didn't think about that?
Okay, hold on. Now, we're a little bit over, but not anybody for a while after this show. So if y'all don't mind, we're gonna stick with this, okay? We're gonna y'all want to keep riding with us? Like, okay. Now, when I first heard it, I was like, okay, Okay, let's look at this let's look at this let's look at this philosophically. Do we know do we know like when the pain receptors stop? Like for real, for real? Because we for a long time we didn't think people in comas could feel certain stuff, and then people started waking up from comas and cussing folks out. Like I felt yeah. So I was like, maybe that's what she was thinking about. But then the more I watched it, I was like, this poor baby wasn't catching that you got to die to have an autopsy. You got to die to have an autopsy. Now, am I afraid of death per se? No. I'm afraid of what happens after death. And let me explain. Okay. This is not like some existential, reincarnation thoughts or, the upper room journey type of thing. No. Okay. This is for me being way too curious, way too good at research, and being into history for far, far, far too long. Ooh, hey, cutie pie. You see. Say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye to the people. Goodbye to the people.
I come in here like James Bond. Yeah, thank you. Nana J said bye, grandson. Bye, Nana. Oh, okay. So, as I said, this is my fear. Okay. One, they sent me to the morgue before I'm 100% dead. Okay. I got claustrophobia, and I don't like to be cold. Okay. I don't want that. Okay. And just for good measure, just for good measure, until you're 175% sure that I'm gone, wherever you send me, just send a little snack bag with me, just in case. Okay. With a little thermal of coffee, with a little something in the coffee. Okay. Just two, make sure ain't no men that's working in the morgue or in the funeral home that we're going to. Okay. Because don't be poking my rigor mortis holes after I'm gone. Okay. Because I feel like in my head, I'm going to be hovering over my body for a while, looking at things. And if you do something to my mortal core and I can't strangle you while you're doing, don't leave my rigor mortis holes alone. Okay. Three, somebody might get it mixed up what I want in the end, because I keep going back and forth. Like I might want a viewing of my body before you cremate me, and then you might cremate me. Also, my biggest fear is that y'all choose the wrong pictures to put in the obituary. Okay, you choose the pictures from when I wasn't having that great of a day. Or you decide to take still shots from a video and your timing is off. And now I look like I got a disease from the Black Plague days. Like like that's really my biggest fear. Like don't do it. And don't like if I live to like 175, don't use no pictures from like when I was 20. Okay, because I feel like I'ma still look good as I age. You just use some good pictures from recently. Like you could do like a nice little collage of progression, okay? But don't because when y'all just exclusively use people's pictures from day 20, in my mind, that means that that's the only time that they looked halfway decent. Like something happened and they just started looking like flying funky monkeys from the wheels. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. All right. And I'm afraid somebody gonna get up and start lying. Okay, talking about, well, she walked in the room, she lit up the room. No, that was called a taser. I'm also afraid that somebody gonna forget my list of who ain't supposed to be there. Now, let the nemesis come. But I need y'all to pinky promise me that throughout y'all gonna do stuff to mess with her. Like pretend like you're getting a text from me. Text each other. Change the contact in y'all's phone. Okay? Get one of them sound machines. Get a sound bar that the ones off TikTok shop that you can plug into your phone. Okay? Record. I'll give you the recordings. Okay? We're to be like, I see you. Why are you here? Are you here to confirm that I'm dead, girl? Why? Like, come on. And don't forget, be dressed in pink. Okay? And during the service, have some snacks and a Mountain Dew. Or like a mango iced tea or something. With a little fireball in it. Well, a lot of fireball. Because you're going to need it. Pop some gummies. Okay? For good measure. For good measure. Tell one of the ministers in my family you want to be baptized. Okay? And walk into that water with the darkest of purple bath bombs you can find. Okay? Keep my memory alive. Keep the legacy going. Okay? All right? There is a leather-bound pink notebook, hot pink. There is a list of how to honor me things in it. All right? I need some of y'all to get together. Okay? Sit around the table, Golden Girl style, and have some cheesecake. Okay? And talk about who was the worst dressed at my service. Yeah. I was like, I need you. Yeah, if you like, get some tadpoles and shuck them in the lawn of your enemies. Get some Sharpies of a variety of colors and make lepers out of people with dots. Okay? You catch, do that. See, I have a fear that I'm going to have a boring ceremony because y'all going to be sitting there trying to follow the rule. No. And if I happen to go before my daddy, don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. Don't let him, we're going to behave. I'll put you in the corner. He can't put all of y'all in the corner. Okay? There ain't enough corners. Yes, lots and lots. Yeah, neighbor. Lots and lots of pink glitter. And throw the pink glitter at people. Okay? And if you see Babe, if somebody thinks that they're about to move on with him, Mason. Mm-hmm. 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 Y'all remember that movie with what's her name? Eva Longoria? Where she was haunting her man because she died. Now I know in that movie she got it together and she matured and she ended up leaving him alone so he could have his happily ever. No, your happily ever after is with me. When I said till death do we part, that means when we both die. We part from this earth. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We still gonna be together in the afterlife. Yeah, I'm gonna sit here and wait for you, but I'm gonna make sure you don't pick up nobody else, okay? Because that's gonna be a very weird throuple, and I don't want a throuple in the upper room. Well, can we have a throuple in the? Okay, I got to work that, but absolutely not. There's a difference. Yeah, but there's a difference. Yeah, just we're not doing that. So FIFA gave Trump a peace prize. Y'all did know that FIFA was being investigated, right? They gave Trump the peace prize. The investigation ended. Yeah. They also, someone gave me an idea. Someone gave me an idea. To sign up to be a White House correspondent for GCPR officially. But, because you have to send in a picture, take the piercings out, all that stuff, get my most boring frame. I don't even know if I have any boring eyeglass frames. I think so. I think if I dig deep enough in the container, there's some. Okay. Because I think I still have my frames from like 8th grade. Those might do it. And do my like most conservative look. They might give me some credentials. Okay. And get up there. I'm considering it because I do know that there is a member of both the Guild and GCPR that would help me with this endeavor. No. No. I got a plan. Okay, I thought this out. I thought this out. And I think, yeah, 3D printed frame. Yeah, I could. Yeah, angry. Yeah, I could get with angry and get some very plain Jane Studios frames. Because I got some questions. And there's some questions surrounding this right here. Take a listen.
So where is Antifa headquartered?
What we're doing right now with the organization.
Where in the United States does Antifa exist? Yeah. If it's a terrorist organization and you've identified it as number one.
We are building out the infrastructure right now.
So what does that mean? We're trying to get the information. You say Antifa is a terrorist organization. Tell us as a committee, how did you come to that? Where do they exist? How many members do they have in the United States as of right now?
Well, that's very fluid. It's ongoing for us to understand that. The same, no different than Al Qaeda and ISIS.
No, I don't want you. I'll ask one question, sir. I just want you to tell us. If you said Antifa is the number one domestic terrorist organization operating in the United States, I just need to know where they are, how many people. I don't want a name. I don't want anything like that. Just how many people have you identified with the FBI that Antifa is made of?
Well, the investigations are active.
So you wouldn't come to this committee and say something you can't prove. I know. I know you wouldn't do that. But you did.
Now, one of the questions I have, why are you creating an infrastructure for an organization that you claim already exists? I'd also have a follow-up question going, seeing how you previously, with your commander, Kristi Noem, claimed that the girlfriend of the leader/founder of Antifa was arrested, but that was dismantled in a roundtable in October. Why are we still running with this narrative? And why are you against Antifa when that's what the Allied powers stood for when we joined the Allied forces? So are we pro-fascist now? Plus, I also want to ask Caroline Leavitt how she married someone with so much money and she keeps getting botched Botox and she can't get a decent makeup artist or stylist. Because I mean, if you gonna suck geriatric dick to the point where you're getting dusty cobwebs stuck in your throat, I would think that you would want to garner the most perks out of it as possible. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that she is not close to melanoma Trump. She can't be. She can't be. I mean, she is guzzling up all the worms and then trying to Photoshop him to the gods of the underworld on Instagram. Like, we can't see what he looks like in person. Like, what in the Kim Kardashian is going on here? Oh, yeah, they are. Yeah, she definitely is using Laura Loomer's doctors. She must be using them Tupperware party Botox injectors. I don't know if y'all remember the stories that were coming out years ago where people are like just pulling up at folks' houses, just it's not. No. And white women, what is y'all obsession of being married to people for like 6,000 business dog years, and then wanting to plump up your lips and your booty holes and your titty? Like, they married you with your OG body. And why are you in your 20s injecting yourself with all of these things? That's just going to age you quicker, which is going to get you replaced quicker. You sit there talking about black women, but people like our older models. I did, don't you know. Now, since I did bring up Christy Nome,
How many United States military veterans have you deported?
Sir, we have not deported U.S. citizens or military veterans.
I don't believe you served in the military. I haven't either, but I think you and I can agree that as Americans, we owe everything to those who have served our country in uniform, particularly those who have served in combat. Do you agree with that?
Sir, I believe that people that are in this United States that are citizens have legal status here.
Madam Secretary, we are joined on Zoom by a gentleman named Sejun Park. He is a United States Army combat veteran who was shot twice while serving our country in Panama in 1989. Like many veterans, he struggled with PTSD and substance abuse after his service. He was arrested in the 1990s for some minor drug offenses, nothing serious. He never hurt anyone besides himself, and he's been clean and sober for 14 years. He is a combat veteran, a Purple Heart recipient. He has sacrificed more for this country than most people ever have. Earlier this year, you deported him to Korea, a country he hasn't lived in since he was 7 years old. Will you join me in thanking Mr. Park for his service to our country?
Sir, I'm grateful for every single person that has served our country and follows our laws.
Can you please tell Mr. Park why you deported him?
Every one of them needs to be enforced.
But you understand that many veterans struggle with PTSD, many veterans struggle with substance abuse challenges. This man took 2 bullets for our country. You have broad authority, by the way, as Secretary, to issue humanitarian parole, to do deferred action. Will you commit to at least looking at Mr. Park's case to see if you can help him find a pathway back to this country that he sacrificed so much for?
I will absolutely look at his case, but I want you to remember that
Madam Secretary, the man behind you, please stand up, sir. His name is Jim Brown from Troy, Missouri. He is a Navy combat veteran who served our country in the Gulf War. He's married to a woman named Donna, who came to our country legally from Ireland when she was 11 years old. She has lived here for 48 years. Because of you, Jim's wife, Donna, has been in prison for the last 4 months. She did not come here illegally, and she has never committed any crime other than writing 2 bad checks totaling $80 10 years ago. She is currently in prison and facing deportation. Ms. Nome, will you thank Mr. Brown for his service to our country?
Thank you, Mr. Brown, for your service to our country.
Now, what possible explanation can there be for locking up his wife for 4 months when she has committed no crime other than writing a couple of bad checks for $80?
Sir, it is not my prerogative, my latitude, or my job to pick and choose which laws in this country get enforced.
You have broad discretion as the Secretary. You can issue parole, you can do all kinds of things, but you're choosing not to. Will you commit, again, to just review?
I want you to keep in mind the current FLOTUS, current First Lady of the United States, did not begin her immigration process legally. Neither did her mother. May her soul continue to be wherever it is. Neither did her father, who eerily resembles Trump. And Kristi Noem decided to remove herself from that committee hearing before it concluded. She doesn't have the discretion to look at things, but yeah. And before somebody goes, but that lady wrote 2 bad checks, I need y'all to realize, okay? How many people, before there were banking apps and all of that stuff, miscalculated when balancing their checkbook? Because if she was really trying to commit a crime, check kiters aren't writing $80, well, multiple checks that add up to $80. Sounds like, some grocery shopping, picking up some stuff for the kids, you writing a check. And for the white people that are like, yeah, I voted for this, and blah, 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 blah. That woman from Ireland, her and her husband are white, Euro-American, white-bodied individuals. And see, I said this before, there's a young lady who confirmed that while going through and filling out her current FAFSA information, they are now asking you what brand of white you are. Because yes, there is a hierarchy of whiteness in the United States. Mm-hmm. 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 But that is our news. Roam around the web. It's been an interesting Friday. Hey, thank you all for hanging out with me for a little bit over our normal time. Appreciate your patience. Appreciate your patience. And we got through these technical difficulties together. Lord. Also, be on the lookout for new smooth tunes from Mr. Bishop. Yes. Yeah. Most welcome, DJ. Do keep in mind, like I said, tonight we're going to start a little bit earlier for the Kirk Conspiracy over on YouTube at TazJ77. But as far as the rest of the night, yes, there was an additional drop of Epstein files, photographs, etc. I do have that posted for you. I sent blah, 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 blah. Stick that there. So it's Friday. So the next thing you will have will be later tonight. Conversations with T. Nathan. But make sure you tune in and you're with us at GCPR tomorrow, Saturday. Because at 2 p.m. we have Model Citizen, 3 p.m. Friendly Differences, 6 p.m. join me and my beautiful twin, the angry IT nerd for the Porch of No Judgment. I will be judging. And then at 8 p.m., What Jay Said on GCPR.live, and then Plot of Holes on GCPR YouTube, and then, of course, Conversations with T. Nathan. And then on Sunday, starting at 2 p.m., Impolite. Wait a minute, first and third. No, sorry, not. This week, at 3 p.m., Rules of Nerdquisition. Then 6, The Kennedy Effect with Mr. Jeff Kennedy. And then 9, The Villain's View. Why would be that? To sell the records. With angry IT nerd, General Gambit, and Thomas the Villain Bishop. And then, of course, the night will round out with conversations with Tina. So yes. And if you have any other suggestions, and if there's something else you would like to hear or see from us, let us know. We'll try to, accommodate you as best that we can. All right? All right. But I will be popping in and out with you all throughout the day, and be on the lookout here for the Taz Effect till the end of the year. You never know. You might get some special guests from the Villains Guild, from GCPR, maybe just from my life. Who knows? Gotta keep it spicy. Keep y'all on your toes. But as always, each one teach one, each one reach one. Be good. All is good enough not to require bail. Not to the end of the year. Okay? Okay. Definitely got to keep you on your toes, Jess. But like I said, I will see you all later tonight at 8 p.m. Love y'all.